The government yesterday issued a press statement announcing the removal from office of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, or if you want, the former Electoral Commissioner, Mrs. Charlotte Osei, and her two deputies, Mr. Amadou Sule and Mrs. Georgina Opoku Amankwa. The petitions against these persons were sent to the president in the case of the two deputy commissioners by one Emmanuel Kosi Senyo and others, and in the case of the commissioner Forsen Ampofo and others. These were the people who triggered the petition process that then triggered the constitutional processes that allowed us to be where we are. There were 6 allegations against the chairperson, 4 against Amadou Sule, and 4 against Georgina Opoku Amankwa. This is Amadou Sule. The allegation was that political party primaries were treated as a private commercial project by the deputy chairperson, with funds paid directly into the personal accounts of key staff for the functions to be performed for party primaries. In other words, that political parties paid money to the Electoral Commission for the conduct of their political party primaries, and that these monies, instead of being lodged in EC accounts, this Chief Justice Committee found that these monies were lodged in the personal accounts of individual members of the commission. The committee held that Alhaji Sule demonstrated that, quote, he lacks the skill and ability to perform his duties as the head and supervisor of the commission's operations, unquote. Now, Georgina Opoku Amankwa, the same petitioner who filed against Amadou Sule, filed against the EC deputy chairperson in charge of corporate affairs. The committee focused on 4 allegations. She signed 2 contracts with Superlock Technologies on 6 May 2015 for $24,397,000 and $16,509,500 respectively, without adhering to the provisions of the Procurement Act. Having discovered the illegal act, she did not withdraw the contract and persisted with it, damning the consequences that it would have on the EC. Not even when the Electoral Commissioner, in this case Charlotte Osei, started probing it. The committee further held that her action violated the Public Procurement Act, Section 40, and constituted a criminal offense under Section 92 of the same Act. The committee looked into 6 allegations against the chairperson. The first was that, without recourse to the commission, she engaged the services of lawyers, that is, sorry at law, without going through the procurement process as the law demands, and that there is no formal contractual arrangement between the commission and the law firm, and the basis for computing legal fees are known, involving fees of 400,000 Ghana cedis. The committee said that she appointed the lawyers through sole sourcing without the approval of the Public Procurement Authority, and that she misbehaved with the appointment of Messias Sorry at Law. It held further that, quote, the events surrounding the engagement of Messias Sorry at Law as lawyers for the Electoral Commission shows incompetence, ineptitude, and dereliction of duty on the part of Mrs. Charlotte Osei, and so we find, unquote. The committee says that it found that Mrs. Charlotte Osei cancelled contracts awarded by Mrs. Opoku Amankwa to STL. She cancelled these contracts and then turned round and awarded the same contracts. In other words, this time she then signed now with STL. The same contracts that you signed and the same terms and everything, you cancelled it. Then turned round and re-awarded the same contracts to the same company without recourse to the law. Remember that the president took an oath to abide by the dictates of the Constitution of Ghana, failing which he pledged to subject himself to penalties arising therefrom. He has done nothing more or less than to uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. It will be tragic for the country, in the face of these facts and circumstances, for anyone to attempt to turn this matter into a party political affair, as indeed some people are seeking to do.